And that's the same reason. The hive bee.
You're in good shape.
If you once you get your bees, if you've ever had to go into a hive that the beetles have taken over, you'll do everything you can to avoid that happening. We got bees.
And all the bees.
How long has it been since you've had this one open?
Probably sometime in October, I guess. Since you took the strain off, since I've been in the
Okay,
hive.
so he's going to go ahead and smoke.
There's not much you can do at that time. I knew that they had food, so I was okay with that part of it. And you can see the little places we've broken, they're eating the honey out of it. Most times this kind of stuff, this comb they bridge in between has got a drone in it. I don't see any drone. So either slow it down or
But we're in their flight path coming in really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
everything that goes together. You can imagine that everything we've got here, they've got between the two on the bottom as well, so that's why it's sort of sticky. Most of the time I knock it off. Alright, this should have honey in it. Just based on the weight.
Oh, yeah.
It has honey.
So when did you take off your honey supers? I mean,
Supers, in I think August is when I pulled them.
Okay. So then you just left the two deeps for them to go ahead and do their storing for the winter time.
Everything that was in these two boxes is there.
Right.
And this is still stuff from last year.
Right.
Have you fed them at all?
I feed them open in the backyard, so some of it has found its way here. But no, as far as putting the feeders on them, I haven't done that. I've got a chicken waterer that I put sugar water or honey water, and they just come and go to the house.
Nobody can get in there.
You can feel how heavy this is, and it's not a pool. You can.
So at this point of the year, once they get ready to start laying again, would you sling any of that honey?
Well, I'll leave it for them, but just because.
So you got a hybrid on that one.
Probably. I don't doubt that at all.
Now, how old is the queen in this hive?
Definitely from last year, because this was a swarm that I caught last year.
Oh, one of Larry's?
Is it what?
No.
One of Larry's swarms? No, probably one from one of the other hives. But
Wow, little things.
nothing but honey again.
Oh, is that one in there?
Trying to find some brood.
Oh, there you go.
So if those are filled with honey, where will the queen lay? Will you have to take those out and put new frames in there?
Well,
Did you take a photo for me?
hopefully she's in the box.
Right.
And I know they are laying because they're bringing in pollen.
This is so heavy.
And there's a whole lot more bees in here than there were.
Just that big round button.
You can hear that noise. They get a little
Up
testy.
top, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of bees in the air.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, you don't have gloves.
Somebody else.
You're not going to believe
Why
how
do you
heavy
prefer 10
this
cans
is.
instead of the
Just one frame.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
That's
you.
the way I and then I guess, all right, this frame's got pollen in it and some fresh nectar.
That's
Stuff there. Hold up to the sun. See
Where?
the blocked out area. Now the light
Yep.
don't have any.
Oh, with that little black thing?
That's the old hive beetle.
Which one is the beetle?
Right there, or the third of the way, right there. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
bugger.
Babies.
Should we pull them off and squish them?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Looks. I guess he must have got him with the, yeah.
So they're quite visible.
Yeah, there's a little roach going in that one.
And this one too? Is it?
That looks like
You look down
part of a
that
bee.
hole, you can see a hole
He just didn't make it.
that I broke out. Yeah, they use the. They generally use the comb that's built in between the
Oh, you have gloves, okay.
You sure?
Yes. Now, if you guys are set on the good luck to you. You're better than I am. That's larva. Yeah, because like I say, they put the drones in between the frames. They are.
Is this a normal amount of bees normally flying around, or is this a lot?
Well, we've got them aggravated.
Okay.
Look at he's got the pollen on his legs.
On a sunny day like this, you'll have so many more too. Oh, I see now.
Oh, I haven't seen a drone
And
yet.
so also, do you want to go and sort of visit your hive when they're out?
Yeah, they're all more out foraging.
Okay.
No, I'm just trying to find something for you guys.
Normally you would just pull the couple and
You guys get what's going on, unless I'm looking for something in particular.
That is heavy.
That was stuck. I'm putting it back together.
Gloves on here?
Burcombe bridge comb. We're not getting any stinging on it.
half ones that are just yellow caps, that's just honey.
That's honey. Yeah, just different thicknesses of honey. That's just honey.
Wow, they are everywhere.
But you're not harvesting them.
Oh gosh, my
All right, now we got brood. All right, see the difference? This is honey, and see the other ones that are capped? That is brood.
Okay, this is honey over here.
That's honey.
So that's blue.
Right. And most times, the classic way is brood in the middle of the frame, honey on the top, and then a little line of pollen so that they don't have to go so far to feed the larvae. Well, you can see a little bit of pollen. It's not absolutely perfect. Right, and another thing I want to point out, these are workers. See how it's all uniform? See these? The ones that stick out? Those are drones.
Oh, okay.
See the ones along the bottom? Those are baby drones.
Oh, okay. And how do you know that?
They stick out first. See how they stick out?
Stick out.
They got like a bullet top to
See how
them.
those caps stick out? Those big zips. And the
No.
queen tail is even bigger.
Are those right there just
Oh yeah,
bees
the
that you
queen
just
cell is unmistakable.
Yeah,
It'll
just
look about the size
when you took them out? Okay.
Yeah.
and really similar to a peanut.
Looks a lot like a peanut butter.
All right, I've shown you everything I intended to. So now, if you got questions,
I
You got all
know.
those bees down at the
I
bottom.
know, I
When you
just
set
don't
that
think
down
it's
in there,
fine.
they're just gonna move out of the way. Or?
they should ease out of the way, but I'm going to hit them with it.
Because the queen would be down in the bottom frame or box, right?
She could be anywhere in this. Being there's brood here, she could be anywhere.
Okay.
Has been there.
With that big
See how
larvae,
that
what would they
disperses
be?
them?
Wow, we need some smoke over here. They're going.
Now,
You hear
those big larvae down there, would they be drone or
They're
what?
mostly drones.
Just don't smash them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's when they put out the pheromones. And say, oh no.
We need some smoke. Oh my gosh, they're all.
There's a lot of bees.
What do you normally do for your small hive beetles besides the mat down below it?
I've got, every one of these hives has a trap on it,
Okay.
down underneath, the oil trap.
The old trap, that's what you use?
Yeah.
And that screen bottom. He also, Marky said he had the screen at the top for the same reason, to try to keep it from coming in from the top.
Buddy, will you scrape that comb off the top before you add the next super?
Yeah, I will.
Do you save it to sell it?
I save some. Mostly what I save is when I do my extracting. But if there's enough, yeah, I will save it. I didn't bring anything to put it in. Usually I bring a little bucket.
So what's your next step from here? Would you add another box on at this point, or?
Yeah, I need to do that. I almost brought it, but I didn't want to get you guys too involved. But I will put a super. I may even put a queen excluder. I don't usually use queen excluders.
Now, if you did put the queen excluder on it, would you expose the new box to the bees for a week so they get acclimated to it?
No, because the supers that if it was just foundation, I would.
Right.
But everything I'm going to end up putting on there
is drawn out.
Is already drawn out.
Okay.
So they won't have any problem getting up in there.
But if it was just foundation, would you would wait?
I would leave it.
Okay.
Do you use foundation or plastic?
I use wax foundation. I've tried plastic, and there may be a frame or two in these hives, but they take forever to build it out. They don't like it.
You want something to put that cone in? I've got a go box in the car.
Oh, it's not that important to me. It'll sit right there till I come get it if need be. Unless someone wants it.
They'll just eat the honey out of it.
Possibly
Yeah.
get it.
You know, the box that they gave us had a lot of plastic foundation. Would this be good to put in there with it so that they would actually use it more?
Well, what I've done, because sometimes I've run out of the wax, but I had, like you, when I first started, well, that plastic, that ought to be the catch meow. It doesn't break, it's easy. But I put both in, and even if I put the plastic in the middle, which is where they're supposed to start working, they'll work on each side of it. They'll work it if they have to, but they'd much rather have the wax.
They were talking about flipping the supers.
Changing the boxes, taking the bottom one and putting it on the top.
And would you do that with these?
I have never done it before. I'll just go ahead and say that. Beekeeping is some science, some art, and everybody's got their own theories. Just like that screen top I use, not everybody does that. It just works for me, so that's what I do.
Buddy, how many frames of brood did you end up in there?
Well,
in this top
I
box?
started what? I think we started seeing brood here. More than likely it's going to be from there to there. It's hard to say. Sometimes you get a left-handed queen, sometimes you get a right-handed queen, and it'll be more on one side than the other.
One thing that you could do to avoid even putting a queen excluder on, if you could take those frames of brood and actually put them down in the bottom, assuming that the queen is down there. And if there's some honey down there, you could bring it and put it and replace this right here. The queen will not cross honey to go up into a super lake, or generally not.
Like I've never done that.
That's a trick that a lot of the commercial guys use, yeah. But that would be a way that you could actually add your super without actually putting a queen excluder on.
Is to put the honey up on top?
That's right.
That would be a natural barrier.
Honey is a natural block to a queen, unless and eventually they're going to start consuming that honey, and she will go up there. But for time being, as long as it's plugged with honey, she won't cross it.
Gotcha.
A beetle trap, yes. It's going to be nasty, but I'll show it to you. Just because it's time to clean it out and put new wax. Come on, guys. And you can see dead bees. It's almost impossible to do anything with a beehive without killing a bee or two. There's one you don't want to kill.
Now, how do you clean that top screen?
I've got it. In fact, if somebody wouldn't mind, my truck, there's a couple clean ones. I'll pull it off and replace the screen.
Oh, okay, so you get it across the screen altogether.
Yeah. And all through the summer it'll be open for the most part. It's winter time they start plugging it up.
Because of the cold for the stuff.
They're sealing up high. Thank you.
You just made that yourself?
I did.
Do you know what gauge the mesh is?
It's just screen wire from the house screen.
Wooden screen? Okay.
Yep. and I just use the aluminum instead of the plastic. They will chew through the plastic if you give them a chance.
And you don't have any extra ventilation from the top? Those just it?
That's it. That's a lot of ventilation. Summertime I'll stick a stick here to prop it up a little bit.
Now, do you put any type of entrance?
Now he'll put a stick in summertime to
I
elevate.
mean, it was going under. That's why
Honey
I got 'em
dripping
out.
down the side.
Oh, neat. This one has pollen on the back legs.
And with your honey super, you're gonna lift
That
this
would've been
top box right here and put it in between.
No, it'll go right on top of here.
And that queen should be in the brood box down here, or you thinking she's in?
It doesn't matter. She's in one of those two. I do know that because we saw the brood.
And to fill that top honey super is gonna take them about 7 days when June hits or July hits.
That all depends. Yeah, generally a week's time they'll have it filled up, and I'll keep a watch and put another one on top of that.
Put another one on top. You're not gonna take that one out. You're just gonna keep them.
Well, if you've ever done any extracting, you know what a big mess it is, so you want to do as little as you have to. I have had as many as 7 on, not this hive, that next one.
Now, do you usually use medium, deep, or shallow for your honey super?
Medium.
That's the one I'm taking you home with me, you know?
So you use a honey super this same size right here. The medium.
No, it's 6 1/4 inches, and these are 9.
And the shallow ones are what, 5 1/4? Usually, they, from what I've read, those are for like comb honey.
Yeah.
That's what they use those for.
Which one?
The 5, the shallow ones.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you the.
And the 6s are
Mediums, and the 9s are the deeps.
And then buy frames, or do you build the frames and everything?
No, the frames, and the hive bodies as well, really. I buy them and assemble them. I built a couple in a pinch. I didn't have what I needed, but I've never tried to build frames. Too much woodwork in there.
Now, is that the pre-control? What do they call that one?
I believe that's the called the West beetle trap.
Where is
West
Hive beetle
or
go?
West.